sure the camera's in place, but it is. It's fine. That catches both of us. All right. Well, this is the podcast. This is it. This is everything. This is what we do. This is Shane Hernandez. No one's watching us yet. That's okay. This is Shane Hernandez. He is a, what would you call yourself?
Internet marketer.
Internet marketer. He's an internet marketer and an all-around go-getter guy. I've known you since, I want to say 2013? 12 maybe? 13, maybe. I've known you for a while, like through most of the bar scene. First through the bar scene.
Yeah. And
then you kind of dropped off of that scene, which is not a bad thing because to get out of that scene, especially in a Wisconsin town, like now we're getting some people.
How's it going, people?
When we were, you and I were out drinking a lot. Like I remember you and I, whenever I saw you, we were both going at it pretty hard. Like we had a lot of drinks in us, and every time I run into you, and you knew a lot of same people I did, and like we had a lot of mutual friends. Eventually started hanging out, especially with Tim. Did I ever get a hold of you, by the way, about like last weekend or anything?
Tim
Ransbottom.
No.
No?
No.
I think he gave up after a while because Adam. What Adam? Adam, what's up? There's no Adam here. Oh, I think he's referring to those guys. Okay, they're having their own thing. I'm sorry. I thought he was talking to one of us. No, he asked me to come by him in Madison though, I think it's Pointet, which is, he asked me to come during the blizzard. And I think he said he was going to ask you and a couple other guys, but he asked me, and then I'm like, I can't go, dude. I almost did though in that blizzard last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got stuck like 100 times. You remember Alex, I don't know her last name, but Joanne. You remember her?
Oh, sure.
Alexandria.
Lexi,
right? Yeah, Lexi.
Lexi, how you doing?
Yeah, see, this thing's really live. It's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've known you for about, I'll just round it and say 5 years. And like, after you got out of the bar scene, like you kind of disappeared for a while, but ever since then, like I've noticed you've always like been doing something, like a project of something. And I always admired that because, especially being from a small town, like, are you originally from Fond du Lac?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay, so I am too, and like there's just, I don't want to say it's a bad thing, but like there's like a stigma that comes with this town where like nothing big or great ever comes out of it. So to see that like somebody else also is like, I don't consider this a big project, it's just a hobby, but to see a project come out of Fond du Lac, like Green Boomerang. I saw Greenberg earlier in the thing. Is when I was trying to tag you. Green Boomerang, to see that come out of like this tiny town is really cool because like that shows perseverance, even in the face of like, I want to say, in the face of like adversity. Because like, I'm sure did you ever have people just say, what the hell are you doing?
Oh,
like, yeah.
Over the last couple of years. So I first got started with my business career about 2.5 years ago, obviously, with the Advocare. And ever since then, I've had people shoot me down. You know, I've had, friends, family tell me that I was never going to make it doing this kind of stuff. And, here I am today, 2.5 years later, and I just started my own business. And I've actually got something new that's coming out, and I'm actually pretty excited for it.
Well, tell us first about the Green Boomerang, and then after that, it's up to you if you want to talk about the big thing that you told me about.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I actually started following a guy on social media, thanks to my business partner now, Justin Weekman. And
shout out Justin Weekman.
Yeah, shout out Justin if you see this. Well, anyway, I bought this program from this guy for $1,000. I took my tax returns that year instead of going out drinking with it like I normally would, because that's normally where it went, to partying. Instead of doing that, I saved it. And I went in on this program with one of my buddies, and we formed a business together. Well, that unfortunately didn't work out to plan. So I started another business with a guy named Joe Kikurio. Shout out Joe if you see this too. One of my best buddies now. Very glad we met. And Justin Weekman. Well, since then, what our business does is we create conversion funnels for chiropractors and dentists. We are currently working with one client. We just launched about a month and a half ago fully. So
what the hell is a conversion funnel?
So, in the internet marketing world, so there's Facebook ads, Instagram ads. They're all from the same platform, obviously, and that's what we use is the Facebook ads platform. Well, what a conversion funnel is it's pretty much a separate page that the ad leads you to that helps to convert the patient into a paying customer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a redirect.
It's like a landing page.
It's a steer. Yeah.
That helps collect like their name, their email, their phone number, things like that.
We got a message here. Shane, I was just talking about people from our past. I'm proud of how you've grown, and you are definitely one of those people.
Aww.
We've had some crazy times, but at the same time, you have made me really proud of you. You're doing a great job from long hair party boy Jesus to learning how to run your own business. Well, that's really sweet.
Who is that?
That's from Lexi.
Oh, thanks,
If
Lexi.
my mouse was working, which it ran out of battery before you got here, I would click that on the like button, but I'm sure she's watching this right now, so that's really cool. It's really sweet of her.
Thank you.
Yeah,
if you can
that's
see that, or if you can't hear me.
Oh yeah, no, they can hear us.
Right.
Yeah, I hope they can. I've had some podcasts where the audio doesn't work.
Sure.
But yeah, I think we're doing okay now. So so this funnel where did you get the idea to do the funnel, or have you always had that idea?
I'm on quite a few different pages of different internet marketers, and it's a common strategy, but it's one that takes a lot of effort to learn. Like I'm talking me and Joe and Justin, we've sat inside for giving up our weekends and whatnot, and just every day after work to learn these set strategies that we have and learn how to create, websites and different pages and whatnot. And, learn how to route, this information into the email box of our customers or, the people that we're working with. So it takes a lot of skill and a lot of effort to, develop a skill set like that. So as far as creating a Facebook ad, a proper Facebook ad has 4 key elements. A, you're going to grasp the attention. So like, let's just say I'm trying to sell. You ever see one of those shirt ads, that are targeted directly to guys named Mitch?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like I'll be like the joke right now is that if you talk about something within the reach of a key, like a microphone on your phone or on the laptop, is that like in less than 24 hours, 48 hours, something will pop up for that thing. And a lot of people think it's creepy. I think it's really cool. But yeah, I have seen that.
So how that works is Facebook has something called a tracking pixel, which they give you in the ads manager, which you can install on what we create a conversion funnel,
okay.
Or a website if you choose. But the conversion funnel is just pretty much like a separate web page that you send the people to help either sell a product, turn them into a customer, whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to sell a service, then obviously they'd be like a customer, for that service. If you're trying to sell a product like e-commerce, you're going to sell it right there on that page. Some sales funnels or conversion funnels start with something small, then they upsell you later. Some just start with the big thing. But how they work is first they call out the audience that they're, going out to. And that audience is targeted, kind of like similar to what you said. If you're thinking about something, all of a sudden you're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And how that is they target your behaviors, they target your interests, they target your demographic, they target everything about you. Your age, well, your demographic is pretty much your age, your location, what you do for a job, what you make, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know necessarily who you are, but we know who it's going out to.
Oh, man. One of the weirdest ones was a couple weeks ago. I was at work joking around about buying a Newsie Cap, which is, you know what that is? A Newsie Cap. It's like if you Googled it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. And I was joking around about it. And let me bring it up quick because I want you to know what I'm talking about. Newsie hat. Now, I was joking around about this. Huh. Yeah, you know what those are, right? You see those. I was joking around about this at work. I'm at work. I work in a factory. It's very loud. I was just joking around about it. I said I was going to put a little tag in it that said press, and I was going to like run up to people and start taking notes for no reason. Joking around totally. About a day later, it pops up on my computer like, buy Newsie Caps here. Here's a weird thing. My phone wasn't with me. It was at my workstation on the other side of the plant. My buddy who I was talking to doesn't carry a phone. So we don't know where it got picked up. And I told him that. He's like, dude, that's fucking weird. Like, really bad. Like, it doesn't scare me, but it was just like, oh, that is weird. Like, I don't know how they targeted me for that. I've never mentioned it before, ever. Never mentioned Newsie Cap to anybody.
You never searched it or anything?
No.
Wow.
No. That's
like
the worst part. And I'm like, I'm not bothered by it. I've known the government's been watching people since, like, the 70s with Watergate, but it never has bothered me. You ever get people who are really bothered by that? You ever find people who are like really, really creeped out?
You know, I get people all the time that tell me they have like different settings set for like ad blockers and whatnot. And you know, the truth is
I have an ad blocker on this.
The truth is there's so many different types of ads on the internet. It's hard to block them all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what they have set up, so I can't tell them, you know, at that point in time unless they show me if they're going to see, you know, what I'm targeting towards them. But obviously, you know, I don't target anybody in my friends group. For our ads, we target, you know, chiropractors, dentists, the people that we're looking to target, you know, and work with. So
okay, that's good. I mean, like, I don't know of a lot of people that need like, you know, ads for chiropractic and dental. So at least you're not annoying. I don't think annoying, but like at least you're not bothering them. But yeah, dude. So that's what Green Boomerang does.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just pop my notes open because I had specific questions on it. Okay. One of my questions, and I thought of this like when I first asked you to come on. This is like back in March. And what I do at work really is like when I'm not, I really shouldn't be talking about this, but when I'm not working at work, I am thinking of like things and questions to ask people, especially my upcoming guests, and I make tons of notes and like I take them out or I tweak them and add them. And I thought of these like way back. One of them is I wrote these so long ago that like I kind of lost track of what it was supposed to be. But so you have your Boomerang is a small business. Would you say that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'm guessing my question is like you charge people to experience your business, of course, because it's a business. You should. Meanwhile, I wouldn't say this is a business. This is more of just a piece of entertainment that I make. The only thing that this makes go up is my electric bill. And, well, I mean, it's using a lot of shit here. So, like, I mean, when I come out of this room, I unplug everything and I'm not charged for it. But, like, I'm sure this isn't helping the bill with all this shit happening right now. But I don't charge people for this. This is just goofing around. So, like, with, like, the success of, like, your business is critical on wanting people to spend money, whereas, like, the success of what I've got going on is really kind of based on people's moods at the time. Like, do people want me to come on here and hear my stupid voice complaining about weird shit or like talking about Lord of the Rings or Pokemon or whatever? Or in this case, talking to a small business owner. Like, sometimes I have guys on here just to fuck around. With you, I'm actually talking about something serious. Like, I just wanted to like compare and contrast the challenges of like what I'm facing, even if I don't even consider them challenges. If I don't get any views, it doesn't really bother me. But if I get a bunch, that feels amazing. Whereas if you want to make tons of money and like yours is depending on like your input, how much work you put into your job. But maybe sometimes you just have a bad week or bad day. I guess what my question is like I just want to talk about like the differences of like what I've got going on, what you've got going on. Cause I feel like I wouldn't call this a business, but we're both doing something we created. We both are doing something that we started with our abilities and our talents. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't know if I worded that very well, but
So for the first time today, while at work, which I shouldn't be saying this, kind of like what you
well,
just said.
maybe we'll just not mention where we work. I mean, you work somewhere, I work at a different place. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you want to, whatever. It's all good.
So at work, I knew I was doing this, and I checked out your podcast for the first time. And I can say I really admire what you got going on here. This is cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like, this is a lot different than what I thought we were going to be doing. Being on video, it's kind of nerve-wracking, but I mean, it's a cool experience too.
Hey guys, is he doing okay so far? All right, we'll wait for the replies. Well, Lexi did hear us because she said you're welcome earlier, but we've got so many people tuning in that.
How many people we got on here?
Well, right, that's not correct. That's a goofy thing, but right now, like, everybody in green is at least watched us for a little bit.
All right.
If they're like clicking on it and then just clicking off of it,
cool.
Because so. There's people checking us out. This isn't going unnoticed. So
people watch it later anyway.
Yeah, it gets watched later a lot.
Yeah, back to compare and contrast. So the things with my business is, well, for us, you got to create value, and that's the number one thing that I can share with people is if you don't have something of value to offer someone, you have nothing to sell. Like, you gotta make an impact on them, and what I mean by that is. So for our business, what we do for these businesses is we raise the revenue at the end of the year. So obviously, if you're able to have the skill set to make these guys more money, they're going to pay you.
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to have repeat business too.
Yes.
It's not just going to be a one and done thing. They're going to ask you to come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's one of those things where I'm so confident in what I do and I'm positive that I can produce these results that, they're gonna stick around, when they do come and work with us. Like I said, we just got up and running about a month and a half ago now, and we just landed our first client just recently, which is pretty cool. He's out of Oshkosh. So
cool. Do you want to name it or no? It's okay if you don't want to.
It's
okay.
I'm not sure if
no
I'm
pressure.
allowed to. So.
All right, that's fine. We'll move on
that's
from
something I'd have to ask.
It's all good. No worries. But yeah, dude, no, I totally agree, and I feel like it's similar to what I've got. Like, if I'm not entertaining, if I'm not cool, if I'm not doing something where people it's worth watching to at least somebody, then the hell am I doing this for? I'm not going to name names because it's somebody we know, but I've seen some podcasts done by people that we know. They're not good, and I don't mean that in an absolutely mean way. And like, I wish I could give constructive criticism about it, but like that, there's a reason that they're not going anywhere. And I don't think I'm going anywhere really. I'm not trying to, but I've had people that I don't really know come up to me and say, dude, you had that podcast, right? What's that? What is that? Like, is that any fun or anything? And they're not trying to be nice or goofing around or funny. It's just, that's a genuine question. I'm like, okay, that is a small form of success. When you can have somebody come up to you and ask that, even if it's a small town in a bar at Slim's, somebody's like, yeah, you got that podcast, don't you? That's getting out there. I'm fine with that,
See, and that is awesome right there. Like
Thank
I
you.
said, I watched just a little bit of your last podcast with Gabe. Gabe, you did amazing. If you see this, if not.
Hopefully he's watching. That'd be cool if he was.
But
yeah.
I only watched a couple minutes of it. I just kind of scrolled through just to see what I was going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I looked, I'm like, oh gosh, this is different. I got a little nervous, and
yeah,
I was getting into.
I wish I get, like, when people don't want to watch the videos. I get that. Like, everyone's life is really busy, and we do get quite a few hits on SoundCloud. I know a lot of people that are into just the audio version. This shit drains your battery like nobody's business. When you watch it on your phone, it drains battery a lot because you're running audio and video and a live feed. I personally, I don't even think I'd watch it if it was somebody else. So I don't blame them at all. But like, if you ever want to watch like a 1 or 2 minutes, and like, this is really what it is. And I do apologize that usually I've started to buy like cookies and snacks and shit for people who come on here. I just haven't in a while.
Hey, that's fine with me.
I mean, you got your water. You seem to be fine with that. But like, usually I have like a Chip Ahoy or Doritos or something. When I had Rams on one time, he came out and him and his girlfriend sat off camera, but We had a bunch of wine and beer and shit. And then he got a good buzz going. And then he did like a little mix for us, like, because he's a DJ. I thought that was really neat. And it's fun. I like doing this because it's fun. And it gives me a chance to talk to people I don't really talk to that much. I haven't talked to them forever. I met a guy, BJ Geezy. I met him one time. And I said, like, hey, and that was it. I shook his hand. And then like a month later, he has to come on here. And I've never talked to him in my life. And he came on here and we talked for like 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And I was nervous. I was nerve-wracked as shit. But I'm like, this is what it's about. And that's how you know it's genuine. Because I want, like, what you're seeing right now isn't scripted at all. What you saw back then, it wasn't scripted at all, other than my notes. And that's how you know it's genuine. I want people to watch that. The other day, I just talked to a guy that I haven't talked to in 3 years because we got into a huge fight. And he came on here and we all both apologized to each other. It was the same guy who drew that sign. Shout out to Jeff Balthazar. His name's Blood Leopard on Instagram. He does a lot of art, so check him out. It looks like Jake says, Shane, the reason that you are so good at everything you do is that you're a very positive person, no matter what it is. You see the good in everything, and that's what makes you great to be around. And yeah, wow. Hey, that's really nice, Jacob.
Thank you. Jake who?
Poznansky.
Jake, you are the man. Thank you.
That is really sweet. Yeah. I haven't looked into the camera this much. I like that. I like that the audience is interacting because sometimes they don't. But this is really neat. I have to agree. Like every time I've hung out with you, you've always been pretty positive, and the fact that you're taking that into a small business now is really cool. Normally is where like I'd say a lot of people that have faced any adversity, they would have folded, or if they face the adversity of the small town, like if you try doing things like above a small town level, like I'd say Green Boomerang's above a small town level. If you try doing that, like, oh, you think you're some sort of fucking big shot now? Well, what makes you special? And I think you, of all people, would just smile and just be like, watch me. In a very non-threatening way. You say, hey, watch me succeed.
In the back of my mind, when people do that, I do think that. I just so my whole life, like growing up when I was younger, like I always took things to heart. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I am a caring person, but I hold things like that in just because of the fact that like it kind of gets me going a little bit. I'm just like, yeah, watch me succeed, watch me do this, and that, like you said, I mean, it just gets me going, and that's like my drive. That's like my gas. That's what gets me up in the morning, and well, that, and I wake up every morning, and I believe it or not, with the Advocare. One of my mentors in Advocare told me to wake up every morning and make my bed. Believe it or not, those that do know me and come over often see this. My bed is always made. First thing I do in the morning, I actually had some Jehovah's Witnesses come over the other day, and they go, "Are you unhappy? Are you?" And I'm like, I look at them, I smile, I'm like, "Come on in."
Really?
So
wow.
I invited them in. I showed them all the books that I've been reading. What's the name of the book? One of my Advocare mentors, In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day.
What the hell?
Well, it's a book about this guy named Benaiah who literally goes after this lion in a pit, and he literally just goes on about this guy and how like courageous he was throughout like the whole book. I haven't got through the whole book yet, but
it's based on a true story.
It's
Or is it like a metaphor or like a parable or something?
It's a scripture from the Bible. Well,
it is?
Yes.
I know the Bible pretty well, and I've never heard that. It might be from a different Bible. There's multiple religions. It could be.
These guys had said that it was in there.
Was it the Jehovah's Witness Bible? Because that's different from the Christian Bible. It is very different from the Christian Bible. Okay.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I just I brought out the books I'm reading, and I told them like every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is I say my blessings. I do. I thank God for every little thing, and before bed, because the way I see it is, if you go to sleep with a peaceful mind, you're gonna wake up with a peaceful mind. If you wake up with a peaceful mind and you say your blessings, and let's just say you do go out and you have a shit day. Well, at the end of the day, at least you came home to a made bed. So that's just.
Yeah, I've heard that actually before, and that whole thing where it says don't go to bed angry. That I've heard that repeated in so many different forms. throughout the rest of my life since I was a kid. And I'm like, as an adult, I think, you know, if it's repeated that often, it's got to be true. You know, it's the whole thing like an apple a day or some crap like that.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. The whole make your bed thing, that is like, I don't make my bed, but still, I want to talk about that. That it by itself is such a motivational thing because when I moved into this apartment, I moved in with my girlfriend at the time, and then when she left, I was understandably depressed, and it was really empty because she had a lot of the furniture, and I just had a chair. I had one chair, and I sat in my living room on it, just sad. And then I started going through a bunch of stuff, box stuff that I just wasn't able to have out there because it just like clashed with the surroundings. She wouldn't let me have some of the shit out there. So I started setting it up, and every day I did more and more, and I got more motivated. So it's like, the snowball kept rolling, and then I cleaned the bathroom that never got cleaned. I never had this guest bathroom clean. Now it's spotless. I cleaned my own bathroom. I cleaned every single room, and I'm still in the process of it, but this is like my junk room where I can just toss shit for projects later. But if you do that, but it wasn't every day. I wasn't motivated every day. So like the fact that you just made your bed, you did something productive the second you get out of bed, that's going to snowball into the rest of your day. Maybe you have a Hot Pocket for lunch and you're just like, well, I feel like shit, but I have no time. Well, maybe instead of not having time, maybe you get up like an hour earlier and you make yourself nutritious lunch. And then you have energy now because you ate broccoli and lean meat instead of a Hot Pocket. So like it just builds on itself. And then maybe you leave for work a little earlier, and then instead of going to work though, you go, you know, you go to like, I don't know, like you go volunteer for like an hour somewhere, or you go, you know, you do something for the community, or you go like pick up trash at a park or some shit. Like you're like, yeah, I got time for that. Or it's you do something you've always wanted to do but just never had time for, and that just all stemmed from making your bed in the morning. And I'm not saying every day has to be like that. You don't have to go crazy and, you know, be super gung-ho every day.
There's days where I don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's days where I wake up. I mean, I'm human, you know, everybody's human, you know. Even the people that you would think are perfect are not, you know, they're doing something behind the scenes that's not so perfect at times.
Mm-hmm.
It's human nature. But, you know, I strive to do my best every day. And kind of like what you said, you know, I try to cook. Over the last couple of days, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've eaten a couple frozen pizzas. I had Tuckers yesterday. Thank you to that Fond du Lac page. Did you see that?
No, it happened.
So there was a girl that was actually complaining about a $1.50 cheeseburger.
Oh, Jesus
what's
Christ.
happening in Fond du Lac. And ever since then, that whole page has just been blown up with Tuckers. Like she was like Tuckers couldn't pay for that kind of advertisement.
Oh, like it ended up helping them, or
yes.
What happened?
Well, because
what was the thing behind
she was
this?
complaining about a cheeseburger that wasn't made wrong, but it was $1.50. It was too expensive.
Wow. Okay.
So I made a comment on there saying, "All right, so you realize they got to pay for the person to take your order, the person to make your food, all the food that goes involved into this, the heat, the water, the electric, the building.
They got to pay it. They got to pay the farmer too that raised the cow." Think about that. They gotta. There's so much crap going on behind it. Yeah.
And I'm like, $1.50 for a cheeseburger? Like, you should probably just cook at home.
Yeah, or maybe if that's too high, get a fucking second job or get a job or something. Wow. And now Tucker's is getting all this free business or what?
Oh, yeah. If you go on that page every day, someone else has a post on there about a Tucker's.
Oh, they're doing it out of spite?
I don't know if they are or not.
Oh, wait. So do you mean like it's positive? Like the thing she said was negative, but now the exposure turned into something positive. Yes, because
everybody like pretty much in Fond du Lac was like, dude, Tucker's is like the best place in Fond du Lac. Because it is. It's a good burger joint.
I haven't been there since I was like 10. Not for no lack of I just never made it over there.
So for cheat meals for me, if I had to pick two places to literally eat for the rest of my life, one, it'd have to be Qdoba.
Qdoba?
Oh, okay. Love it. And two, Tucker's.
Tucker's. You know, I haven't been to Qdoba in years either. What the hell's wrong with me? I need to make it to Tucker's and Qdoba. I think I got a couple of friends that work at Qdoba too. I don't know what Tucker's, but I definitely have friends that work at Qdoba. I think the last time I ate there was like 20 maybe, and the meat was really dry. I remember that, but I mean, it's been 8 years. I think they've probably improved, hopefully.
Sure.
But yeah, dude, like the whole thing of like just having that positive mindset and just carrying that throughout your life and into this business, I don't think you'll have a problem succeeding. I mean, if you sign the client already, I think that's really neat.
So the thing about it is, back in the day, you know, I might have looked like I was positive a lot of the times, but there were times in the back of my own mind where I was miserable. There were times where, yeah. I kind of seen a part of what Gabe had said on here earlier, and I was in my own way, kind of the same way. I kind of fed off people's attention. And that was something I had to fix for myself. Like, I was the guy that always had to be at the party. I was the guy that always had to be hanging out with the girls, you know, had to be like the best friend with the guys, you know. And like, I look back at that now and I'm like, you know what? All the great people I met, that was wonderful. You know, I met a lot of great friends over the years. I met a lot of great people, but you know, I was just doing that for like my own, you know, just because, and like, I was lost myself. So, I mean, for me, what really kind of like changed my life was the AdvoCare thing. Like, you know, I met this new group of positive people, and I started looking into like business and doing all this stuff. And I was one of those people that used to be a talker. You know, I would say I was going to do something, you know, all of a sudden a week goes by, month goes by, year goes by, 2 years go by, and I still never did that something. So one day I just made myself a vow. I'm like, if I say I'm going to do something, it's going to happen. And since then, over the last 2.5 years, and I hate to toot my own horn here, but I've traveled out of the country 3 times in the last 1.5 years. I've traveled all over the place. I mean, I've done so many things that I thought I'd never do in my life.
All because of AdvoCare.
Not just AdvoCare, but just my mindset changed.
Yeah.
You know, like when you change your mindset and when you stop like seeking the attention of others and quit caring about what other people think, because that was a big thing for me too, is, you know, I worried about what other people thought. And, you know, over the years, I'm just like, or now I just, you know, I stick to what I want to do and I want to get done. Because, you know, you get one life, you get one shot at this thing called life. And I believe that, honestly, if you have a passion, if you have a drive, I think you should go out and do it. And right now, you are conquering that drive. You are conquering that passion.
I appreciate that.
And I love this. Like, I love every aspect of this. These microphones are awesome. Like,
I tried to make it like as non-invasive as possible. And like, all you're doing is just talking. I mean, some people grab it, some people do this and they'll talk into it. But like, yeah, other than like the chairs, I mean, I could get nicer chairs, but I mean, that'll come eventually. But otherwise, yeah, I really appreciate that. And what you said earlier about, just a little bit ago actually, about how like you woke up one day and you made a vow to yourself. I hope there's only one person watching this now. Maybe that might not be right, but whoever's listening to this, may it be now or a day or week from now, like, you need to realize that you are the only person that can help yourself. A lot of people can give you advice. A lot of people can like steer you around, be it good or bad. But it's up to you to make that decision and change. And if you need to realize that, like, if you ever pull yourself out of the mud and you are standing now on solid ground and you're who you want to be, or you're on your way who you want to be, that was your decision. And you should be proud of yourself for that. You especially too, because you made that decision. And it's not easy, because like, it involves work, self-sacrifice, discipline, hardship. You're going to face even more challenges. And it was somebody who gave you advice, but it wasn't somebody else who made that decision for you, because you're an adult and you could relapse tomorrow. You could decide to drink all night tonight, stay in bed tomorrow, blow off meetings with clients, whatever have you. And you could go back to the easy way and just say, fuck it, I'm done. I don't care. That wasn't going to work anyway, blah, blah, blah. You know, you could do that tomorrow.
So,
but you decided not to.
With that too, being someone who has personally put himself at the lowest of the low, and I mean below low. And I consider myself not at the top yet, but I consider myself getting there, climbing that mountain. Like, I believe you got to hit rock bottom before you can come back up. So I believe something has to hit you so hard to where you got to want to change.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had a few different things hit me over the years to where I just finally, I had enough. I'm like, Shane, you're 20. Well, when I first started changing way back in the day, I was a high school dropout. I didn't have a license at the age of 22. I just got caught for things I don't want to talk about on here.
No, that's totally fine.
But,
totally fine.
Just got pot, but
Sure.
marijuana.
Sure.
So, at that time, I considered myself a loser. And, one day I came home from a job that I had traveled in the country, and I'm like, you're not going to live like this anymore. You're going to get yourself in school. You're going to get that diploma. You're going to get your license. You're going to get a job. And I did all that. And ever since, I've been trouble-free. And over the years, I've just slowly kind of made an impact and a climb. And now, it just over like the last 2.5 years, it's just really kind of like, just like you said, snowball.
Yeah.
Just one thing, I started learning I taught myself how to cook. I taught myself, I forced myself, right actually. I can teach you, man, if you want some tips.
Teach me not to burn cookies.
So I probably burn cookies too.
Dude, yeah. I think this is going to sound super sexist, but I think women are better at cooking cookies. I just think they are. No matter what. It could be the same 2 cooking levels, and women are just going to crank it out better.
So I've been focusing on not having a girlfriend, but I think right about now I might need one.
Oh,
I just
for
discovered
cooking?
that, I can't bake.
Oh, bake?
Yeah. Well,
Who needs
cookies.
baking? You just buy them from the store.
Yeah, true.
Buy them from Pick and Save. The bakery cookies are pretty good.
Thank you, technology.
Yeah, I mean, Ben, Harry, and... Oh, that's weird. I've never seen that before. It says and blank. These 2 people don't even know each other, but it labeled them together. They must have clicked on it at the exact same time. I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to guess. But yeah, dude, like the snowball effect is so real, and it can be good or bad. Like like I said,
It's just a compound effect. Over time, it
Mhm.
gets slowly built up. Like,
Yeah,
there were times where I was miserable, Mitch. Like, I'm talking like I would force myself to cook, and I'm just like, God, this sucks. I bent over because I couldn't chop veggies. Like I was one of those cooks that were just like,
yeah.
And now, like, doing it and making myself do it and
Mhm.
stay consistent with it over the years, I look forward to chopping them veggies because I'll sit in the kitchen and I'm the type I'll dance to the music and I'll
Isn't that
sing
weird?
to it.
Isn't that fucking weird? It's got to be something to do. Not weird in a bad way, but
Yeah.
like sometimes every now and then, and I've gotten to a really good habit of this, is when you're doing something that you're good at right now, take a second to just stop, maybe look up or look wherever, and just lose focus and remember the time when you sucked.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Look, anything you're good at, marketing, talking, whatever you're doing, I think back to the time when I didn't even know how to set this shit up. And I think back and I'm like, God, look how far I've come. Look how far you've come. Look how far everybody's come since they suck. And that's all life is. No one is born with the ability to just play a musical instrument. They bust their asses to play it. I swear everybody in the world should at least learn one musical instrument for 3 months. 3 months. Take any instrument for 3 months, because that is enough time to where you don't even know how to hold it to I am playing full songs. I think that's true.
Crazy thing about that. So my last cruise, I took a good buddy of mine that I just met, Noah Gable.
Okay.
And he is an amazing pianist. He's one of those guys, he's a great singer too. Took him on a cruise, and at the piano bar, he was singing with the piano bar person.
Uh-huh.
And every night, like, gosh, it just inspired me. When I came home, because I bought a keyboard a year ago, and I said, I'm going to learn how to play this.
Yeah.
Well, when I came home, I told myself, I'm like, you're going to go on YouTube, you're going to pick a song, and 15 minutes before bed, you're going to play this. Right away in the morning, you're going to play this. So I've been doing that, and I've taught myself 3 songs so far.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I think I might have mentioned it on the one with Gabe. I said, I'm going to learn I'm going to get a piano soon. I want to do it. I was going to buy a 4K TV. I want to get a piano instead. Not a big grand one, but a keyboard like you just mentioned. I want to play Desperado by the Eagles. You ever heard that song?
I'd have to hear it.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it now. I'd get hard busted for copyright infringement, especially since this is going to go on SoundCloud. Although Roms did something with a couple of songs that he didn't own, and we've never gotten flagged or anything. So, but dude, yes, that is amazing. That's really cool. How much was the keyboard, just out of curiosity?
You know, I paid some high school kid off of
Craigslist.
Fondy Buy Sell, which brings me to my thing. We'll get into that in a little while here.
Okay.
My new thing that I'm launching in a week.
Your idea might be the exact same thing that I thought of. It might be.
I went on there and I paid some high school kid $100 for his keyboard.
Does it have all 88?
What do you mean 88?
There's 88 keys on a keyboard, I think, isn't it? If someone can correct me on that, please. My buddy Josh played piano, but I'm pretty sure it's 88 fingers. Or it's the 88 keys.
I think normal, because it's pretty long.
Okay.
And I've been able to do everything. Like I said, I've learned 3 songs. I've learned "Make You Miss Me" by Sam Hunt. Blink 182, All the Small Things.
Really? On the piano?
Yep. And then I learned, God, what was the name of the song? It's All of Me Loves All of You. I'm pretty sure my roommates are so sick of that song because every morning I'd sit there and just redo it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what's the great thing about piano. Yeah, dude. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if you like the song or the band The Eagles, but no one's got this kind of time. What's up? So
I did when Glenn Frey died.
Oh, dude, I took that pretty hard, actually. Go on.
I saw something by Keith Urban. He did a cover of what's it called?
Is it Hotel California?
No,
Taking It Easy?
Yep, Taking It Easy.
Taking It Easy. It's one of my favorite songs.
So that night, it inspired me to do a cover.
Hmm?
And I got up on video and I posted that on Facebook, and I had a really good.
Is it on here somewhere?
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to have to look for it after this because I want to watch it now.
Yeah, you'll love it, actually.
I love the Eagles so much, but I mean, they sing Desperado, the song Desperado, and it's all on piano. But the great thing about piano is if you can find the chords for a song or learn them, you can play any song, anything. It's the same with guitar, but it's not as easy. I think piano is one of the easiest instruments to learn. I think it is. So too. I think it is. I'm not trying to take down your talent, but it's accessible. It's very accessible because all you're doing is this, and you put pedals in there too, eventually. But you can play them without pedals. I got to pedals right before I quit. I took piano when I was 12 for a year, and I still remember most of it. But I just want a fucking keyboard really bad. I just want to mess around on because I can't have a drum kit in here. Electric drum sets are so expensive, and I want the real feel of the thuds. I don't want to hear clicks when I'm hitting the pads. I want to hear the real thing. But a piano, plug in headphones, same thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, what I wanted to do for my idea, and if I can't get it to work, you can obviously try it out. But I think it's probably the same thing you're gonna do. So they have a Fondy Buy Sell for like the local area, but there's nothing as far as I know, and there might be. So tell me if there is, because otherwise I won't do it. If there should be like a thing, like if you go down Main Street, it's only one in town. I've only seen one. It might not even be there, but it's right across from the old Schnickel Fritz, and it's like this enclosed cylinder. It's a big cylinder. It's like this big around. And it's got a bunch of like bulletins in it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
And it's got like just flyers for random stuff happening in Fondy. Plays, musicals, just anything going on. And I think, why can't something like that be on Facebook where anybody can promote anything? You with your business, me with my podcast. Maybe someone was like, oh, I'm painting pictures, or I'm painting pieces of wood, and I'm going to be selling them at my apartment or my garage. My garage address is blah, blah, blah. Come here on Thursday. I'll be selling shit. Anything they want to promote business-wise. Small business, real business, anything you're trying to sell, paintings, rocks, whatever, come to my place. Isn't that a thing already or no?
So the buy, sell, and trade groups are kind of similar, but not so much. Obviously Craigslist kind of too, but not so much. So this is where my idea comes in.
Okay.
So my idea, all right, for my business, like, all right, I'm going to get off to where like I first created this idea. So I've been looking into joining networking groups around the community for my business. And I got into thinking one day, I'm just like, wow, I got to pay money to link up with all these other business owners. And I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with that because the money actually goes to very good causes for each of these groups, which is really cool. But it got me into thinking because I've been looking for something at a small scale to help businesses grow in the community. Okay. As well as make the whole community link up as one. So I've been like, my mind's been wandering for months on this. Well, it finally hit me one day. I'm like, all right, so this is similar to the Action Advertiser, except for the second the snow melts outside, you're not going to find 10 of them on your front lawn. This is similar to the Fondy Buy and Sell group and similar to your idea too, even really close to it. Okay. Except for this is going to be for businesses in the community to post their sales, their promotions, their deals, if they're hiring, any new items they might have in the store. So that'll be for restaurants and anything too. And the cool thing about it too is, all right, so with like the Action Advertiser and like, paper ads, those are actually pretty expensive to be in there. Another thing about it too is if you see something in the Action, let's just say you're maybe on that side of town, like maybe like Burger King has a 2 for $5 Whopper, but you need that coupon and you left your Action at home. Well, you're not getting that Whopper unless you go all the way home. Luckily for this page, because it'll be on Facebook, you can just pull up Facebook and say, hey, I got the coupon right here. And they can use different promo codes, or they could actually, the way I got it set up is they could use if they wanted to only give one per person, like, like those coupons where you clip out, all they'd have to do is use your profile number, your Facebook profile number.
Okay. I see what you're doing. I see it.
Another thing that's going to go along with this is I'm only allowing a certain number of businesses on the page so it doesn't just flood people's things. Yeah. Being a marketer, I know that if you create a business page off of Facebook, the algorithm only shows your post up to 10% of your audience. So a lot of people trying to get organic views in today's world are just not doing it. Facebook decided that, I think, a couple of years ago now, because businesses were just creating pages left and right, and they're flooding people's feeds, and they wanted people to connect with more of their friends, instead of, businesses. So they just lowered that. So if a business wants to get their name out there, they have to run ads. So my idea is a group page where you do this and you get all the businesses in the community involved on this, because obviously if you go there, you're not, let's just say you're going to look for a new pair of pants. All right, let's just see if there's any pants deals in the community. All of a sudden Kohl's has 30% off pants. Well, all of a sudden you see, I don't know, maybe Panera Bread has, 50% off soup. Well, you're going to kill two birds with one stone. You're going to go there. Chances are you're probably going to be with somebody while you're shopping. So they're probably going to buy something too at Kohl's and probably at Panera. So it's, the ROI is going to pay itself. How I'm going about doing this is I actually Thursday with one of my business partners, Justin, walked into 40 different businesses around the Fond du Lac area, small businesses and big corporate businesses. And I was really nervous because I'm just like, oh, this is new. This hasn't been done yet. I'd be nervous too. And I got nothing but very positive feedback from almost every business owner that I talked to. I had 3 shoot me down completely. 1 didn't even want to hear me, but that's you're going to have that with everything. I just thought in the back of my mind, I'm just like, eventually he probably will want to listen once this takes off, because this is really good for the community because it just brings everybody together. Now, the way I see this going is this week I'm going out and I'm talking to more businesses, me and my partner. And then starting next Monday, I'm going to launch the page. I got the
This
page
coming
created.
Monday.
Not this Monday, but the next Monday.
Okay.
And that's where I'm going to invite.
Have you told this to anybody yet?
I have told this
first
to multiple consumers and 40 different businesses.
So
in the community.
The people watching and listening right now are just hearing this for the first time.
Yes.
I'm putting that on this resume for Weekend Adrenaline that you announced this shit here first. Anyways, go on.
So, yeah, how it's going to work is the businesses are only going to get one post per day, but anyone that knows Facebook and anybody that's watching this currently obviously knows that you can, on a post, you can post multiple pictures.
Mm-hmm. So
if they have multiple items on sale that day and whatnot, they can obviously in that post pretty much like a whole album, which is kind of cool. And they'll get one post. The consumer, which is us, won't be able to make our own post on that page, just the business owners. And I have the page set up for that reason. Obviously, there will be like a contract being signed so nobody does anything shady on the page, you know?
Yeah.
I'm giving the first 2 months free. Then after that, I'm charging just $3 a day. So that's why I said it's super cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So that even like the smallest business that's making barely any money can afford it. Because an action ad, you know, if you want to be on the front page of the action, you're gonna. I don't know if I'm right here, but $1,000 maybe.
Really?
I'm not positive, but
wow,
maybe. I don't know. We'd have to do our research on that from some people.
Probably. Wow. You know, that does sound a lot like my idea. My idea was just really the core of it. The one sentence core was just anybody and anything promoting their page. But here's the thing. I was going to just do it for free.
Sure.
But I understand why you would charge money. My view on it was just, if you wanted from the most dumb thing, like, oh, I'm going to juggle in the park on Saturday and I want people to go watch me juggle in the park at noon, then post. And then that's what would happen. And then you'd go and watch this dude juggle for however long. That's just what I had an idea, but I like your idea a lot. I've never even thought of something like that.
The reason a lot of businesses won't do something like this yet is because of legalities. You know, if they post something wrong, like, have you ever seen that where like the reporter messes something up and, you know, something up crazy, and then either the business ends up having to pay for it, or, you know, like they maybe they get like a decimal wrong. Like maybe they're selling like packs of chicken for like a cent or something. When really
something
it was
like
$10.
that.
And they have to honor it because it was in the paper. Otherwise they could get in trouble. So obviously, you know, when we go about doing this, we're going to have to talk to a lawyer, get contracts made. All the time that I invested going out, talking to people and the businesses, I spent 12 hours Thursday walking in and out of businesses. And I plan on spending many more hours doing this.
Yeah.
I spent quite a few hours talking to the consumer, which is us. And another thing, I spent quite a few hours putting together the whole system and how it works. Another thing is we are running sponsored ads because I am a marketer, and that's another thing that these business owners will be receiving in this is targeted ads towards anybody who is visiting the city of Fond du Lac. So let's just say someone doesn't know anything about Fond du Lac and they're coming here. Well, Facebook allows you to be able to target people who are visiting Fond du Lac.
I didn't know that.
Yep. You can pick homeowners and people that live here, or you can pick literally anyone that's in or around the Fond du Lac area. And you can, like, you know, obviously within 5 miles, 10 miles, you know, however many miles out from the spot that you're picking to. So what we're doing is we're running ads to promote people to the page, but you can't run ads for a group page. So I developed a system to where I can actually get these ads out there and get people to this group page from the ads that I'm going to run.
Jesus.
So obviously, you know, like that's where some of the money comes in too, because the money's going towards ads. You know, it's not just going straight into our pockets. And then we got to pay someone to manage the page too, because I mean, obviously, you know, there's a lot of people that when you got that many people posting on there, that can become, you know, a full-time task. Just making sure that nobody's posting anything inappropriate and, you know, following the guidelines, you know, to keep everything safe and manageable. And, you know, you gotta be prioritized, and you gotta keep things, you know, clean, you know.
There's a girl that I know that has a degree in social marketing. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure the actual name, but her idea, her occupation was to post and promote her business on social media. And she did that 8 hours a day. I don't know how, but she ran every single social media page for a business. The Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, maybe a Snapchat, and then maybe on other things like on Periscope and shit, or Prairie Dog, whatever the hell it's called, or Meerkat. That was a thing that's done now, I think. She had every social media, and then she would promote her job through the social media, and that was her whole thing. And I was like, I never thought I'd see the day where that could be somebody's job. I'm not saying it's not a real job. I'm just saying like that's a sign of the times. That's really cool though. That's crazy.
Believe it or not, I am on pages where people do get paid money to just manage businesses' Facebooks and Instagrams. And the crazy thing is, and it's not crazy because it really is helping these businesses out.
Yeah, it's integrated into like normal society now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you know how to optimize, somebody's profile to make it work and to attract people, you're saving the business owners time to have to go out and make their own post, constructively think and, go out and make, things that are going to actually be relevant to their business. So that's not something we technically do for our business. We will if somebody wants to pay us for it, but we're more of the guys that just go out and get results. We're the guys that are at the end of the day or at the end of the week, we just brought you in 5 more patients. That's us.
That's green Boomerang.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
awesome.
Slogan, we bring the green back to you, Green, it symbolizes money. Boomerang symbolizes coming back to you.
Who thought of that? Was that you?
No, that was actually Joe.
That's really
But he
that's
brought
really
that
funny.
to my attention.
That's really neat.
Joe, that's brilliant.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
I know that's the name. I'm just like, I never gave it as much thought as to like, why is it a boomerang? But to me, I don't look into a name. That's just me. I just don't do it. I see, okay, what is that? And then that's really neat. Next time I see Joe, I'll be like, dude, very clever. I like that. I thought of that in the shower when I was getting excited for the weekend. I'm like, yeah, I got that weekend adrenaline going. Oh, I'm thinking about it, man. I'm so excited. We're going to go to the bars. That's what it was. We were going to party all weekend, and I got excited. And I'm like, oh, I'm excited. Got weekend adrenaline. And then my friend who's going to be my partner, he took the name. He's like, can I steal that? I'm like, sure, whatever. And he pitched it to 2 bands that he was in, and they turned him down, both on the same thing. And it says, we don't just play on the weekends. I'm like, okay, good, because the name's mine now, and I'm keeping it, and I'm going to use it for my thing. There is another weekend adrenaline, though. It's in Europe. It's like a traveling thing. I have more likes than them now, so I'm more legit.
I kind of brought that up earlier. It kind of reminds me of like AC/DC.
Yeah.
Jeff, you did a great job on that.
Yeah, Jeff. I mean, I know he's not watching it, but like that camera is like a bit old. I think it only goes up to 720p, 720i maybe. And I can get the same kind of model camera except 1080p, which is perfect high definition. It would run me maybe $60. And I found a 4K one that's like $300, but I'm not going. I don't even think my laptop can run 4K.
Probably can't.
Not yet. There's a couple up there now that are affordable, but not many. God, I remember when 4K first came out, and the DVD players, the 4K DVD players, were like $200-$300. Now they're like, I think they're like 80, 100, just 100, normal flat, 100, 120 for like. It will play all DVDs and
you
it will
have to have
upscale them.
A 4K TV, right?
Yep.
All right.
You can get this thing called the 4K upscaler for a regular TV, and it will get it as close to 4K as possible. But it's not true 4K. I don't know. I don't care as long as I can play Blu-rays for now. Someday I'll get a 4K, but I want that piano first.
Yeah,
But
you got to get on that for sure.
I know, dude. I want a piano, and then once I get good enough, me and you can do duets. you can sit at one end, and I'll sit next to you, and we'll fucking play some stuff. And
what's that one
we'll
song?
put a fishbowl where people can put money into it. Do 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 do. My mom and my aunt, the sisters, they play that shit every time they go over there. But it's their only song they play, so they'll sit there and do it. And about the 9th or 10th round, you just get sick of it. And you're just like, we can't do this. And you start to shut the thing. It's like, I don't want to hear it. I've been hearing it for the last 20-some years. Yeah, I noticed I need a new camera because, like, if you notice, it's a little fuzzy. Well, it's supposed to be fuzzy.
So, you guys, when I look at this thing, all I can think about is AC/DC.
It's true. It's thunder. It's thunderstruck.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thunderstruck. Yeah. We kind of covered everything. I had something in here about like do you it doesn't really count towards much, but like millennials, like people our age, are like kind of opting out of big business and stuff. Like they see it as an evil entity, and how they're like preferring experiences over possessions. So do you feel like let's say your target market is business people aged 28 to 50. Let's just say that. But like as soon as some of these business people start retiring, the baby boomers are nearing retirement age. My dad's a baby boomer. He just turned 60 and he is retired. So like as they start retiring, and as the Gen Xers, who are kind of a mix between baby boomers and millennials, as they start taking over higher up positions because they're going into their 40s and 50s now, as our people start taking on the corporate world and sitting in the seats, do you think that might be a challenge? Like, do you think you might lose some interest? Because like I still love big businesses. Like I love Walmart and shit, but like most millennials, they shop local or make their own stuff. They're not going in for big business anymore. Do you think? Yeah, what do you think on that?
I believe that the internet is an amazing tool. And I mean, it's great, but it's not great. Reason being is because, all right, I think it's great because you can find anything you want, but at the same time, it's bad because you can do that. So obviously in today's world, people are just, there's so much research and shit out there on every little topic that there's good and bad on things. Mm-hmm. So to tell you
a lot of unqualified opinions.
And with everything moving to e-commerce, eventually a lot of those businesses won't even be there anyways. And which you see that every day. Yeah, it's sad, but I mean, unless you're starting an e-commerce business in today's world, brick and mortar is just, slowly losing the battle. And that's where, that's where my marketing skills come in, and that's where I'm able to help out the people. So like, do I think that it's going to affect me as far as like my marketing business? Is that what you meant by that?
Yes.
So no, I do not, because so there's guys that are marketing for all these e-commerce business. Like, have you ever seen one of those things like your watches, for instance? Have you ever seen that where it's, I'm going to give you guys a select strategy here, something I figured out that they do. And I don't do this, but you guys can take this and run with it if you guys want. Here, you guys go. Free way to make $1 million right here. If anyone's listening, here's free value.
Here's your chance.
Shane
Steal an idea.
You guys heard it right here. So, Mitch, next time you fly me here on your jet.
Oh, God, that good, huh? I'm waiting. I'm listening.
So, have you seen it where, you get one of those ads that says, oh, get this watch for free. All you do is pay for shipping.
Yes.
So, how do they do that?
I don't know.
How they do that is they go to a site like AliExpress, Alibaba, and they find a Chinese manufacturer or something in a third world country to produce these watches that you can buy here for like $50.
Yeah.
For $1.
Oh, fuck. I was going to say child slavery, but I didn't want to actually say it. But anyway.
In the world we're living in today, it's sad, but a lot of guys are doing it.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of these people are able to create these lifestyles that you see, these unrealistic lifestyles that you see online. That That's where it's coming from. So what they do is they get these watches for like $1 or $2. And then what they do is they give them away for free. All you do is pay shipping. Shipping is $10. Mm-hmm. So they upsold the watch for
they just made
$90
90% their cash back,
yes.
Or 90% profit.
And because they're giving it away free, literally everybody that they're advertising to is getting that for free. And what they do with that, because they are giving it away free, they try to upsell with a sales funnel, which is something that we create for our business, a sales funnel to upsell their other watches that they're selling for $50 to $100 that they literally got for $2-3 as well.
I don't know if you planned this, but the first thing you mentioned was sales funnel, and you just brought it back to sales funnel. I thought that was really cool. I don't know. You probably don't.
No. Like, nothing is staged here, people. I
know. That's definitely true. I mean, we covered everything in my notes, and we're just crossed over an hour. Is there anything else that you want to just throw in and just promote, like your page and stuff? Definitely just give it a shout out. Anybody or anything.
So like I said, you guys, with brick and mortar losing to the internet, my new Facebook, my Facebook group idea is hopefully going to help a lot of these businesses thrive. Because I have done my own research from business owners and business managers who do post on the buy, sell, and trade pages, and they see an increase in traffic up to 30% on the days that they post. So this is how I know it's going to help you guys. Like I said, I'm just doing this to help the community. That's why I'm only charging $3. I mean, I could charge a lot more for a service like that, especially with all the hours that I put into this and, all the time I'm going to take to do this. I'm doing it to help people out. I'm just trying to be, good here.
Just give some back.
Yes. And I am giving away 2 months free, when I do get this up and launched.
What day is it going live?
Literally next Monday.
Yeah.
So
very exciting, dude.
Yep.
Seriously.
Pray for the best for this, you guys. Like I said, I mean, it'd be cool to see the community all together on one page, let's see people out shopping again instead of going to Amazon.com or even AliExpress to order their stuff. You know, let's support, the local sports shop downtown. Let's support the local coffee shop. Let's support that bar and grill. Let's support, that grocery store instead of getting our stuff from HelloFresh or whatever those companies are. Let's go to the local glass
blower. I don't know.
No. Sunglasses shop or clothing store, instead of going on, I don't know, wherever you're going to go to buy this stuff online. There's so many different places.
Yeah.
And I could go on and on. The list goes on. Go get your stuff printed from Staples or from like the local printer downtown here. Instead of getting it ordered on, what's that one site that does the business cards? You know what I'm talking about? I had mine done actually there, which so that kind of contradicts what I said.
Ooh.
We tried going into Staples and they messed ours up, so that's why we did what we did.
Wow. That's okay. We're all just goofing around, but no, that's really cool. It's really impassioned. I really appreciate you coming in here and doing this. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and I appreciate all the nice compliments you gave about my setup here. And
this is awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And what I'd like to do, honestly, is maybe when you have some time, I know it took a while to get you on here, but maybe, it took like almost 2 months to get you on here. So maybe in a couple months, we'll plan for 2 months after the plan, and then we'll get you back in here. And I want to hear about like the update of what your stuff is and like how far you've come with Boomerang and this new page. And we can just talk about, your success. Hopefully you have success. God, I hope you really do, because this sounds really cool. And how impassioned you were about your local speech just now. That's really neat. And I really wish you the best with all your stuff. So Shane Hernandez, everybody. This has been a lot of fun.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course. Absolutely. We're not done yet.
So, so another thing I do, you guys, I do my Snapchat, normally it's, health and wellness, things like that to help you guys out, help you guys stay on track. And I like to be inspirational. If you guys would like to follow me, my Snapchat is Shane A. Hernan. Just my name spelled out Shane, the number 8, and then HERNAN. Like I said, all I do is I just post inspirational stuff on there, things that I'm doing with my business, updates on things, and I just like to help people win. So, I mean, one thing that I heard recently from someone who was a big part of our AdvoCare team, he had just passed away recently. And one of his things before he died was win the day. So I think that every single day that we live, we got one chance at this life. I think we should literally, every second that we're here, we should be winning it. We should be getting out there and doing what we set out to do and what we want to do. So you guys, honestly, I wish every one of you guys the best. Thank you guys, the ones of you guys that commented on here. You guys are very awesome, and I love you guys. Back to you, Mitch. Oh, yeah. Actually, one more thing for you, Mitch. Thank you for having me. Honestly, absolutely. Man, I love you.
Hey, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I love you too, man. Jake Piznansky says, great job. Keep up the both of you. Keep up the good work. Really appreciate that, Jake, and really appreciate the interaction. I don't think I've ever had this many comments during the video about us. I think it's really neat. Usually the comments come after it's been uploaded. So to have it happen live this much is really, really cool, and I really like that. So thank you for being who you are and being the draw for this. And go like my page, Weekend Adrenaline. I know I'm doing the podcast on here now, but I'm just reaching way more people than just the 180-some, 90-some people that I've got on the page. Jeff Baltazar, he drew that for me. He's a really good artist. Check him out. He's like Blood Leopard on Instagram, or just search Jeff Baltazar on Instagram. He's got a lot of cool art for sale like that. I'm thinking about buying up most of it just so I can have it myself. So definitely check him out, and check out Green Boomerang on Facebook, and Shane's Snapchat as well for health and wellness. So yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you later.
Peace out.
Bye.
Whew, that was fun.
I'm glad you liked it, man. Seriously.